Bruh, so one of the moots wants me to give a ranking on the Sonic films and just my opinion on the films. So today in this video we're going to do that, and I'm going to try my best to do that because I'm also very kind of meh at reviewing things. But anyways, let's try. So Sonic 1 was a very good kind of introduction level type of movie, kind of introducing you to Sonic and his kind of world, even though we're not in his world per se all that long. It wasn't very video gamey compared to let's say the third movie. The third movie, if you played the game that the movie is based on, you'd get a lot of the references in the third movie. So the first one is a very good introduction to Eggman, you know, uh, and just all the characters, and it was a overall very good entry level for Sonic. And to be frankly honest, I'm happy with the first Sonic movie because if it weren't for the first Sonic movie, not to say that Sonic would have died, but who knows where bro would have been by now, right? I don't even think we would have gotten Shadow X Sonic, to be frankly honest. So the first movie for Sonic, I would say is about like a an 8.2 cuz or an 8.5, and the only reason it's an 8.5, maybe a 7, is because the movie is Sonic is in the movie, but it's also very human focused. And somebody who grew up watching Sonic XD, I didn't really care for the humans. I could care less. I didn't care about Chris. Chris was complete and utter arse. Now, was Tom and all them complete doo doo? No, they're kind of interesting, but it's if there's semi cool stuff going on, I don't care about the humans, bro. I want to see what Sonic is doing, and all the cool stuff that he's doing. So yeah. For the second movie was really, really good, man. It introduced Tails, and then Knuckles came in, and it was basically OG Sonic 2, bro. Back in the 90s and the way they did it. I'm glad that they got the voice actress for Tails because I can't really see anybody else playing Tails, right? That Tails voice, even though it came from Sonic Boom, for me, that's the definitive Tails voice. No one else has been able to voice Tails that good, in my opinion. Sonic was really well done, and the lessons that he learned in Sonic 2, like Knuckles, um, but I can understand why they make Knuckles kind of dumb or the way he is. Because Shadow, in my opinion, I feel like Shadow has taken over that role because Knuckles, before Shadow showed up, Knuckles was basically kind of like Shadow, but just not as emo, I guess, and not as droopy, but he was always how it was, and just yeah. And then Sonic Boom came around and just Knuckles completely changed as a character. But overall, the movie had a good balance of pacing the humans with the characters. Was it as good as Sonic 3? No. uh the pacing in Sonic 2 was kind of meh. For example, the whole wedding scene, I could care less about that. It's kind of they're not getting rid of the humans completely, but Sonic 3, there was definitely more of a focus on Sonic and Shadow and all that type of stuff going on. You didn't really see the humans all that much, besides Eggman and all that. Oh, Sonic 2 for me sits at about 8.5, maybe 9, because yeah, it was better than the first movie, and then they introduced a lot of game lore and games type of stuff. So I really enjoyed that aspect of Sonic 2, and then the ending to Sonic 2 when we see Super Sonic for the first time, that was sick. I was hyped for that, and it's cool that they showed it in the second movie too, because Super Sonic first appeared in Sonic the Hedgehog 2 when Tails was first introduced as well. The peak that is Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Dude, first off, the balancing between the humans and the hedgehogs and like Sonic and all friends and all that type of stuff was really well done. It didn't feel like the first movie where it was forced and you were kind of like, oh, great, we're back to the humans now. Just like kind of like a good balance between what they did in the first movie and then the second movie. It seems like they're really start to like hitting the nail on its head when it comes to the humans and stuff. Like there's good balance of seeing the humans and then going back to whatever, like let's say Shadow's doing something or like Team Sonic, right? Um, I liked Sonic. Sonic has really grown as a character from the first two films, and it's really starting to show. Except for one aspect of the movie. I'm gonna say spoiler warning. If you want, you can skip. Like I don't know, just skip to a certain point in the video. Maybe I'll have it like time stamped or something. But in Sonic 3, when Tom gets like, he gets, Shadow punches him and Shadow does a lot of damage to Bro. And it's thought that like Tom might actually die because I mean, Bro is essentially just taking a hit from one of the most powerful beings in the world. And Sonic really lets his anger, he kind of has like a Spider-Man like Peter Parker moment where he lets the anger kind of take control and he essentially is like, no, like I don't care the oath that we made. I want the Chaos Emeralds. Like I want to be able to go super and beat his arse. And that's what happens. Eventually he gets it, he goes super, and then yada yada yada. And then eventually he eventually like comes to it. And he's like, no, like I can't let my pain change me. So Sonic has really changed as a character, and he's really grown compared to the first, especially the first and second movie. It's crazy, and we're starting to get the Sonic that we know from the games, and it's definitely made me happy 100%. Shadow, in my opinion, dude, they made Shadow so good, bro. Shadow, dude, Shadow, like all the scenes with Shadow were peak, bro. There's one scene, again, spoiler, but there is one scene where when he finally comes out, uh, when he's out of his tube in Prison Island, and he just completely and utterly destroys all the gun soldiers, and he's chaos controlling, and dude, it was peak. It was like I was watching the Shadow the Hedgehog game from 2005, like the opening cutscene, and it was sick. And like I had said in like my Come With Me video, his origin was changed, and it's not that I don't like it, it's just for like I love it, and I like the change, but I still prefer like the video game version. But like it just threw me off. So when I seen it, I was like, huh? I was like, what? I'm like, that's not what happened. So a little change. The only kind of like little gripe that I had is that I feel like there should have been more stuff with Maria. You know what I mean? But I'd say it was on the same level as like Sonic Adventure 2 or Shadow the Hedgehog 2005. You get like little snippets and all that type of stuff. Um, but yeah, I liked Maria. Um, and yeah, man, Shadow was just a peak character in general. And Fudge, man, like the ending battle between him and Sonic, dude, crazy, man, crazy. And I said it in my uh like get like come with me video as well. Like when that certain song comes on, like I'm the type of person, like I don't usually sit on the edge of my seat, but as soon as that song came on, I was like, dude, I was locked in, bro. I was locked in. I sat up and I was locked the F in. Same thing with my friend. Like my friend, he was locked in, and he doesn't know as much as the Sonic lore as I do, but even he was locked the F in. Old Robotnik kind of being there, kind of like, was kind of a little weird too, because usually bro's dead, right? But having him there was kind of cool. But yeah, man, overall, Sonic 3 was a peak like moment. And for me, Sonic 3 is a like 9.5, and the only reason that it's a 9.5 instead of 10 is that I feel um like Maria's stuff, like maybe show us more of Maria than they did and initially did. But other than that, man, like the movie was great. I love some of the callbacks to Dark Beginnings. Yeah, Sonic 3 is honestly the best out of the trilogy, and if you have not seen it yet, I highly recommend that you go see it because it's absolutely amazing. And yeah, I'm just so hyped for Sonic 4 as well after the two post credit scenes. Yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Peace.